Welcome back to the USI Career Excellence Series. My name is Megan O'Connor, and I'm a career coordinator here in the USI Career Success Center. This is part 4. You've built your professional documents and optimized your LinkedIn profile. Now it's time to go find your opportunity. Today we're going to be covering strategic job search, including how to define your target roles, research employers, and apply in a way that puts you ahead of the competition. Here's the truth most career centers don't tell you. Submitting applications through job boards is the least effective way to find a job. Today, I'm going to be showing you how to work smarter, not harder. We'll cover the reality of today's job market, the numbers might shock you, a 4-step strategic approach to job searching, how to use AI to discover job titles you didn't know existed, building a target company list, the science of application timing, and how to get referrals that actually work. By the end of this session, you'll have a completely different approach to your job search, one that puts you ahead of roughly 90% of other candidates. So let's get started. Let's take a look at our roadmap to see where we are with our progress. In parts 1 and 2, we learned how to build a comprehensive CV, an ATS-optimized resume and cover letter. In part 3, we learned how to optimize your LinkedIn brand, and now in webinar 4, we're going to be talking about how to use Copilot to develop a targeted job search strategy, and then we'll be continuing on our journey throughout this webinar series to develop a full career portfolio. Let's get started. Now let's talk about the job search reality check. And let's begin with some numbers that illustrate why traditional job searching simply doesn't work. The average job seeker needs to submit over 250 applications to receive 4 to 6 interviews. That's a 2% response rate. If you're spending hours on each application, you're looking at hundreds of hours of work for a handful of interviews. But here's the thing, most people are doing it wrong. They're competing in a crowded pool when there's a better way. This is the game changer. 70% of jobs are filled through the hidden job market. Well, what does that mean? These jobs are filled through internal promotions, employee referrals, networking connections, recruiting firms, and direct outreach. These positions either never get posted publicly or they're filled before the posting gets any traction. When you're referred by a current employee, you're 4 to 5 times more likely to be hired. The referral acts as a pre-screening. The company trusts their employee's judgment. And not only are you more likely to get hired, but the process moves faster. Referred candidates skip some screening steps because they come pre-vetted. So what is the hidden job market? It's the jobs that get filled through relationships before they're ever posted. A manager mentions to a colleague that they need someone. That colleague knows someone, and the position gets filled without a single application in some instances. Our strategy today is to stop competing with the 250 plus other applicants. Instead, learn to identify opportunities early and get referred by insiders. This isn't about gaming the system. It's about building genuine relationships and being strategic about where you focus your energy. Here's the framework that's going to transform your job search. Instead of randomly applying to everything you see, you're going to be strategic. Step 1, first you need to get crystal clear on what you're looking for. Not a job in healthcare, but a healthcare administration role focused on revenue cycle management at a growing health system. The clearer your target, the more effective your search. And here's something most people don't realize. The same role can have 10 plus different titles across companies. So we're going to use AI to help find those variations. Step 2, you're going to build a list. You're going to create a list of 20 to 30 target companies, not job postings, companies. This is proactive, not reactive. You're going to research companies that align with your values, have growth opportunities, and are the kind of places you'd be excited to work. Then you apply to those companies whether or not they have open positions. We'll talk about this more a little bit later. Step 3 is research. For each target company, you're going to do deep research. What are their challenges? Where are they growing? What's their culture like? Who works there that you could connect with? This research serves two purposes. It helps you identify the best opportunities, and it gives you material for networking conversations and interviews. Step 4, apply smart. Finally, when you do apply, you're strategic about it. You tailor every application. Your time and your submissions should be geared towards customization for the job posting you're applying for maximum visibility. And whenever possible, please try to get a warm referral first. Here's the key mindset shift. You're not looking for any job. You're targeting specific opportunities at specific companies where you can add value and grow. This approach takes more effort up front, but it's exponentially more effective. Would you rather send 250 random applications or 30 targeted, well-researched applications with insider connections? Let me show you how to execute each step. So here's a question that I get all the time. I don't even know where to start. What company should I be applying to? And that used to be a real barrier. You'd think of 3 or 4 names, apply there, and if nothing came through, you might feel stuck. AI completely changes that. Most people job search reactively. They go to LinkedIn, type in a job title, and apply to whatever pops up. But the companies showing up on your page aren't necessarily the best fit for you. Meanwhile, dozens of employers in your area that actively hire for your role aren't even on your radar. AI lets you flip that script entirely. So here's what I want you to do. Open Copilot and try this prompt. Fill in your actual target role and your city or industry. What you'll get back is a list of employer types and specific company names you probably never even thought to search. That's your starting point. For the second prompt, once you have that initial list, I want you to go a level further. Ask which of these companies are growing right now, which have open positions, and which are expanding into new markets. You're not just building a list, you're building an informed list. Now let's take a look at this example here. If you search HR Manager Evansville, Indiana, you might only think of a few big names, but AI surfaces Toyota Manufacturing, Deaconess Health System, Amcor, Swerka, Old National Bank, a much broader picture of who's actually hiring HR professionals in this region. So your takeaway is this. Build a list of 15 to 20 target companies this week using AI. Then follow every single one on LinkedIn so their job postings hit your feed the moment they go live. Pair that with the company-specific job alerts that we talked about, and you've built a real early warning system for your job search. So let's use Copilot to help us uncover some job titles. First, you want to define your target, and the first part of that is discovering all the job titles that match what you're looking for. And here's why this is crucial. If you only search for healthcare administrator, you're missing opportunities listed as health services manager, clinical operations manager, practice manager, and a dozen other variations. Different companies use different titles for essentially the same role. If you're not searching for all of them, you're leaving opportunities on the table. And this is where AI becomes incredibly valuable. Take this prompt and paste it into Microsoft Copilot. I'm interested in, list your target role. What are all the different job titles companies might use for similar positions, and include variations across industries? Copilot will generate a comprehensive list of title variations you probably never would have even thought of. Then ask this follow-up. What entry-level and mid-level positions lead to your stated target role? What adjacent roles might also be a good fit? This helps you identify stepping stone positions if you're not quite ready for your ultimate target role, and lateral opportunities in related fields. So before you do anything else, I want you to challenge yourself to use Copilot to generate 5 to 10 job title variations for your target role. Then set up job alerts for all of them on LinkedIn, Indeed, and Career Launch. This one step alone can increase your relevant opportunities by 3 to 5 times. Now let's take a look at how you build your target company list. This is where most job seekers go wrong. They react to job postings instead of proactively targeting companies. So let's look at where you can find some of these. For industry leaders, start with the obvious big names. Look at best places to work lists for your field, Fortune 500 companies in your industry, and companies featured in industry publications. For growing companies, these are often better targets because they have more hiring needs. Check the Incorporated 5000 for fast-growing companies, read your local business journal, and follow LinkedIn news for companies announcing expansions. For hidden gems, these are some of the best opportunities at companies you've never even heard of. Search LinkedIn for companies in your field, check Glassdoor for highly rated employers, and ask USI alumni where they work or use stepping blocks. For local and regional, don't overlook what's in your backyard. Your Chamber of Commerce website lists local employers and economic development agencies that track growing businesses, and USI has employer partners who actively recruit our students. My recommendation is to start with Stepping Blocks, your USI advantage. Before you go anywhere else, log into Stepping Blocks at usi.steppingblocks.com. This tool is built on real career outcome data for USI alumni, people who graduated from your programs and are now working in the fields you're targeting. You can see which companies hired USI grads, what job titles they landed, what industries they moved into, and how their careers have progressed over time. This isn't national survey data or generic projections. It's your alumni, your degrees, your actual career pathways. And if you're wondering what companies hire MSW graduates from USI or where do MHA grads end up, Stepping Blocks answers that with real names and real outcomes. Use it to build the core of your target list before you layer in any other source. And when it comes to implementing Copilot, use this prompt to accelerate your research. What are the top companies in industry and location? Include both large employers and growing mid-sized companies. What are their recent news, growth areas, and company culture highlights? Copilot can give you a starting point that would take hours to research manually. Now, here's an important disclaimer. Not every company belongs on your list. Use these criteria. Do their mission and values align with yours? Are they growing? Will you have development opportunities? Does the culture fit you? Check Glassdoor reviews. Does the location or remote policy work for you? Your goal is 20 to 30 companies. Create a spreadsheet to track company name, website, key contacts, whether you've set up job alerts, and notes from your research. Once you have this, you're going to follow all of them on LinkedIn, which means you're going to see those job postings the moment they're published, and you'll see news and updates that give you conversation starters. Now let's talk about when to apply. Most people don't realize that timing can dramatically affect your chances. This is the headline. Applying within 24 to 48 hours of a job posting gives you an 8-time higher response rate. 8 times. Let that sink in. Why? Because most positions receive over 50% of their total applications in the first 48 hours. After that, you're buried under a pile of applications, and hiring managers may have already identified their top candidates. Monday through Wednesday are also the best days to apply. Why? Hiring managers typically review applications at the beginning of the week. If you apply on Thursday or Friday, your application might sit in the queue until Monday, by which time newer applications have pushed you down the list. And 6 to 10 a.m. is the sweet spot. When the recruiter starts their day and opens their inbox, your application is right at the top. It's the first thing they see. Now, I'm not saying wake up at 5:59 a.m. every day, but if you're working on an application and have some flexibility on when to submit, early morning, Monday through Wednesday, is optimal. The 24 to 48 hour window is critical, and this is why job alerts are so important. When you get an alert for a great match at one of your target companies, treat it as urgent. Drop what you're doing when you can and tailor your resume and get that application in fast. Set up some important alerts on LinkedIn, Indeed, and Career Launch for all your job title variations. And when an alert comes through, review that posting immediately, tailor your resume to match the keywords, submit within 24 hours, and reach out to any connections at that company for a referral. And your last point is the most important point. You can still pursue a referral after you've applied. The application establishes your interest and the referral elevates your visibility. Now that we've talked about when to apply, let's make sure you never miss your window in the first place. And that's where LinkedIn job alerts come in, and they take about 60 seconds to set up. First, start by clicking on the jobs icon at the top of your LinkedIn homepage. Search your target job title and location, and then use the filters to narrow it down. Job type, date posted, experience level. Get specific. The more targeted your search, the better your alerts will be. For step 2, set your alert. Once your results are showing, look for the Set Alert toggle at the top of the page and flip it on. LinkedIn will ask you, daily or weekly? If you're actively job searching right now, choose daily. You want those postings the moment they go live. Remember, the 24 to 48 hour window is everything. Step 3, maximize. Here's what most people don't do. LinkedIn allows up to 20 active alerts. Use them all. Create one for every job title variation you identified in your target list. HR manager, human resources manager, people operations manager. These are 3 separate alerts. Then add one for each of your target companies directly from their LinkedIn page. And here's a pro tip. Manage all of your alerts anytime under Jobs, Preferences, Job Alerts. And if you want a quick walkthrough, Oliver Shinkton's LinkedIn Learning tutorial at the link on this slide will walk you through every step. It's free with your LinkedIn account. Now let's talk about getting referrals that work, because this is the most powerful tool in your job search arsenal. Look at these numbers. 4 to 5 times more likely to be hired with a referral, 55% faster hiring process, and 46% of hires at top companies come from referrals. These aren't marginal improvements. Referrals fundamentally change your job searching odds. And here's a template that you can adapt for requesting referrals. Hi, mention the name. I noticed you work at, mention the company, and I'm very interested in, mention the position, role. I've researched the company extensively and believe my experience in, list your relevant skill, would be valuable. Would you be open to a brief call to learn about your experience there? If you feel comfortable, I'd be grateful for a referral. Either way, I appreciate any insights you can share. Notice what this message does. It shows you've done your research, it mentions a specific position, highlights your relevant experience, and asks for a conversation first, not just a referral. It gives them an easy out if they're not comfortable. And you want to follow some basic do's when you're doing this. Work to find referrals. Research the person and company before reaching out. Be specific about the role. Don't just say any position. Make it easy for them. Attach your resume. Provide the job link. Follow up with a thank you regardless of the outcome, and keep them updated on your progress. Don't ask strangers to refer you cold. Build the relationship first. Don't send generic copy-paste messages, and don't pressure anyone or make them feel uncomfortable. And please, don't disappear after they help you. Update them. You can use the USI Alumni Network or ask anyone in the Career Success Center to help you research where you might have some connections. You can also use LinkedIn to search for USI alumni at target companies, your professors because they have industry connections, previous colleagues and supervisors, professional association members, or even stepping blocks. And remember that the USI Alumni Mentor Network is specifically designed for this. Alumni have opted in to help current students. You can activate and search for a mentor with Mentor Match through the USI Career Success Center Career Launch platform, and start connecting today. Now, let's wrap up with your resources and action plan. Please don't forget that the USI Career Success Center is your home base. We can help with steps A to Z of your job searching strategy and your process. And remember the resources that we've talked about that can help you when it comes to identifying target companies, but also how to get connected through Mentor Match program here at USI. And before you log out today, I highly recommend that you bookmark usi.steppingblocks.com because it shows you exactly where USI graduates with your degree are working right now. So you're building your target company list from real outcomes and not just guesswork. For your 7-day action plan, on days 1 and 2, practice that job title discovery. Use Copilot to generate 5 to 10 variations of your target job title. Set up alerts for each one on LinkedIn, Indeed, and Career Launch. On days 3 to 4, build your target company list. Research and identify 20 to 30 companies and complete a spreadsheet to track them. Follow everyone on LinkedIn. On days 5 to 6, set up your alert system and start identifying insiders. Look for USI alumni and other contacts at each target company. And on day 7, send your first referral request using the template we provided. Start with someone you have a warm connection to, like a USI alum, a second degree connection, or someone you've interacted with on LinkedIn. In part 4, we're going to be covering interview mastery. Now that you know how to get more interviews, we're going to make sure that you're prepared for them. And we'll cover AI-powered preparation for behavioral and technical interviews. Thank you so much for joining us for this webinar. You now have a smarter and more strategic approach to your job search. In part 5, we're going to talk about one of the most powerful tools in your career toolkit, which is networking. We'll cover how to build genuine professional relationships, conduct informational interviews, and get connected to opportunities that are never even posted online. If you have any questions, remember, the USI Career Success Center is here to help you throughout your career search journey. Thank you so much, and we'll see you in part 5.